and we are broadcasting on Zoom or on YouTube, actually, at the same time. How about that?
Sounds good. But yeah, it cleared up today. So first sunny day we've had in a few weeks. So I got out there and did like I said, about 7 miles.
Wow.
Just a walk, just a walk. I didn't run. I got to get back into that again. So.
Okay, let's just see here. Test. How many miles?
7 miles. Yeah.
For you.
And it's a nice little walk too. We live right on the Elizabeth River. We live in Virginia Beach, but we're 11 miles from the ocean front, but we do have a lot of water around us, and we live right on the Elizabeth River.
I'm embarrassed. I only got 8.38 miles in today.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. I usually get 10 in. It's hard. Woo, we're in a snowstorm. Here, let me show you a little Colorado here for all those people watching. It's I'm here in Winter Park. Let me turn my camera around. And I don't know if it shows, but it's snowing really hard right now.
Yeah, it sure does. You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
You can see, I can see it. I can see it good. You can see the contrast of the falling snow to the evergreens there.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I have a ski area, Winter Park ski area down the street. I couldn't get out there today. But I'm getting out there first thing tomorrow morning. And here's my beer, Busch beer.
And I have, I do the Stella, but I have the Bud Lights. I drink Bud Lights and
like Bud Light with lime, and Michelob Ultra are my go-to beers.
Yeah, and I'm not scared. I'm not scared of a Busch Light. I've drank plenty of Busch Lights at tailgates. So.
Oh yeah, Busch beer is Budweiser, and I got to tell you something. I like it. I've been picking it up I've been picking up 12 packs at the Safeway lately. It's just a good old refreshing beer. Now I know there's a lot of beer snobs out there, and I'm probably one of them. They look down at Miller High Life and Bud Light and Busch and PBR and everything. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if I got an extra chromosome or something. I like these cheap American light lagers. I just find them refreshing.
I do, yeah, I do too. Yeah, I've had quite a few PBRs myself, and Strohs and Natty Bows. And I grew up in Baltimore.
Natty Bows.
Yeah, Natty Bows, National Bohemian.
Oh yeah, people like that. People like those beers.
But that brewery's right there in Baltimore. So I remember driving by the brewery right before the Harbor Tunnel in Fort McHenry. It was right there on the I can see it. I don't think it's there anymore, but when I was a kid, the Natty Bow brewery was still up and running.
Good old brewery. Then I have my and nothing better with a beer than a plate of nachos with hummus and pistachio nuts. I love almonds, blue diamond almonds. Got a thing for peanuts, salted peanuts lately because I do so much running.
I do the salted cashews.
I think salt in moderation. If you exercise heavily, if you're out there working and sweating and everything, salt in moderation, not tons of salt. No, nothing too much. Not too much sugar, too much salt, too much alcohol.
Right.
Nothing in extreme quantity. Maybe too much hair, for God's sakes. I need a pandemic haircut, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're losing all that stuff when you exercise, so you got to replenish it.
I can go out for a run. I'm eating. Here's a weird snack food that I like. My doctor recommends tomatoes. Eat a lot of tomatoes, and so I've been eating as a snack organic dried tomatoes. My wife thinks they're ghastly, but I really love them.
I'll have to try those.
It's an acquired taste. Absolutely. I have something very important to talk about. I'm the best burger you ever had. We're having burgers on the grill tonight in a snowstorm. I got a barbecue outside on the deck, barbecuing in a snowstorm, or right now it's a blizzard, by the way. It's really it's blasting here. Best burger you ever had. What was on it?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I've had so many good burgers. Just
you ever
a
have
good.
That Kobe beef?
I've never had it. In fact, the other day, a couple Mondays ago, I was, I've never had one, but I've heard that they're just, incredibly melt in your mouth good. But I've made some pretty damn good steaks, T-bone steaks, and just throwing them on the grill and ribeyes.
A T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
With the bone in, it just gives it more. You get that flavor.
Something about the meat on the bone.
Yeah.
I go to when we're in San Diego, Claudia and I go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and a T-bone steak, I think it's about $85 now or something like that. I mean, it's expensive, but they bring it to your table sizzling, and I get the mushrooms, the onions, the big French fries with it. I love French fries. I don't eat them that often, but when I have a steak, definitely. And look, even Marnie has joined us.
Okay, guys, I have 1 minute.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
have 1 minute. You have 1 minute. That sounds like my honeymoon.
You look all dressed up. Were you dressed up and going out or something? You're all dressed up.
I know, right? I'm dressed up to close the sale on webinar. Dude, I'm about to close my first sale in a minute, and I didn't even try.
It's amazing what you can do in a minute.
Isn't it crazy?
Yes, double entendres are. I'm just really big on double entendres here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wait, you just started a new company. Tell everybody what you're doing. You're taking your gut skills, and you went from one company that had a challenge.
Yeah,
I think you don't mind me saying that. And you spontaneous. What winners do? What do winners do when they have a challenge? They find a solution. They change the outcome, and you're doing that. Good for you. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So it's a solar company that it's a 1099. So it's really cool because you can totally brand it yourself. You can go with their brand. You can do it how you want. The commissions are unreal.
How much did you make? Can I ask?
On this one? Okay, so check this out. This is crazy. It's Steve, right? My friend Steve, and he's gonna join us. He's gonna come work with us. So we're signing him up for the ambassador program. So normally the commission would be $5,500. I'm gonna close it with Bryce because he's still helping me close things to get me trained up. But we're gonna give Steve a nice kickback because he's our ambassador. And he's going to be working.
Don't say kickback because we're broadcasting live right now. Let's use a generous commission.
A generous commission, yeah. So Steve is actually going to make like $2,960. He is so ready to get on this call with us. We're going to make around $1,272 each.
How much time did you put into this?
Nothing, dude. I was like talking to him on the phone for like an hour because he's one of my best friends. And then we were talking about solar because he's super excited. He wants to join us too. And then he was like, I wonder about solar in my house. And I was like, why didn't I even think of that? I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. Do you have a south facing roof? He's like, yeah. I'm like, he has everything he needs. And I just knocked out all his objections. I was like, seriously, if money's your objection, we're going to be putting money back in your pocket and a whole lot of it.
Look use the Texas. Tell people what's going on in Texas right now.
What's going on in Texas?
It's a mess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a mess.
People are dying.
Yeah.
They're still without water,
Yeah. So solar, at least you would have heat and hot water if you've got, right? I mean.
Right. Oh my God. You're right.
Think about self-sufficient. Does solar allow you to be self-sufficient during an emergency?
Not if you're on a grid. And that's what a lot of them do.
The generator will, though. We sell a generator too. So
I gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you're on a grid, yeah. So that's perfect. But if you're on a grid, it goes back to the grid, and then and they kind of pay you to have it. But I've got a good friend of mine here in Virginia Beach that does solar for Ion Solar. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but
Ion. I have not.
Ion, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look them up.
So
Yeah.
if anybody who's watching this right now and they want to get solar, can you sell this anywhere or just to Washington?
37 states.
How do people find out
Awesome.
about you? How does someone contact you?
Oh, sure. My number 206-822-1147.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
206-822-1147. My phone is always with me.
Okay. Tell us about your favorite burger.
My favorite burger is Beyond Beef because
How does that taste? I've never had that.
it tastes exactly like hamburger, dude, but you can have the peace of mind knowing that you're not eating a real animal. And I
Okay.
won't get into that.
No,
Because
that's okay. That's what's right for you. It's all right. There's a lot of, there's a moral issue there.
it tastes just like, it not only tastes like hamburger, it smells like hamburger. It's the same consistency as hamburger. I mean, like, I don't even need to ever eat meat again. So what do? I toast the bread, like gluten-free bread. I put the hamburger on, and then
I like extra gluten.
yeah, I used to, except I gained like 25 pounds in 2 months until I found out what was going on. So it took me 6 months to lose it. It was hell on earth. What do? Put onions on there and some kind of, some kind of spicy, what do you call it?
Salsa?
No, what is it? It's
Chipotle?
no, it's a sauce, kind of like a mayonnaise sauce, whatever you call it.
Mayonnaise and mustard together, right? Or
Yeah. And in this case, it would be, what the heck's it called? It begins with an A. It's like, a little bit spicy, kind of like mayo with a little flavor in there.
mm-hmm.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. My short-term memory.
It's all right. We've all got it.
Yeah.
Out here in Colorado, we blame everything on the altitude. You get a flat tire, it's the altitude. You forget something, it's the altitude. Because
Well, what's wrong with me? I'm at sea level.
Oh my God.
Is it
Well, listen,
aioli? Is it aioli?
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
aioli. Yes,
Aioli.
that's
All
it.
right.
Well, hey, the
All
other
right.
thing I should throw out in case anybody is watching, if anybody wanted to be part of our ambassador program, it's totally passive and you make pretty large commissions for doing basically nothing.
that's great.
I know, it's amazing. And something I just learned about solar that I'm so excited about, actually, or renewable energy, whatever you want to call it. It's the equivalent of taking 6,000 cars off the road and planting 2,000 trees. And it saves you money. I'm like, why wouldn't somebody do this? But you do have to have a south-facing roof, so.
There you go. And you're using your gut sales skills.
Yeah.
And you just started. We just talked about this. This is brand new. You just got this thing rolling here.
Feeling training.
And good for you. What does a winner
Awesome.
do? And what does a winner do when he or she has a setback? They move forward.
Exactly.
When they hand you lemons, you start making lemonade.
Water and sugar,
Yeah.
baby.
Yep.
Water and
Well,
sugar.
Amen.
today you'd probably get today a couple of kids with a lemonade stand would probably get arrested because they don't have permits or anything.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably would. Yeah, no license.
I see a couple kids and they have a lemonade stand. I don't want the lemonade, but I'm going to give them $1 anyway. I love when kids do stuff like that.
Because it used to be a nickel when I was a kid. I'm aging myself here, but it used to be a nickel, which is crazy. So,
Oh, gosh.
so anyway, guys, I just wanted to jump on and tell you how excited I am. I have to go make this sale now. If that's gut talk, proper gut talk, close the sale or however we want.
Close the sale. Solve someone's problem. Make them feel good. What do you want them to say about you when you get off the phone?
Oh gosh, I want to say, like, I am so glad they called me. They just helped me with this problem, and now I have the perfect solution.
It's so easy. Don't sell them scripts. Don't sound like every other salesperson. Hi, how are you today? Yeah, no. Say, hey, heard you had a problem. What's your biggest challenge? What would you like to see happen today? Would you like to buy a home today, sell a home today? Hey, would you hear about what's going on in Texas? How would you like to be self-sufficient with energy in your house? Can you imagine the electricity's out, but you have hot water for a nice hot shower tonight.
That's a really good point. We need to do that for the generators, actually. We don't leave the generators, but that's a great point because it kind of makes me want a generator, although I don't own the house.
There you go. Speaking of generators, Steve, the legend Driscoll from Queens or Florida, I'm not sure.
Long Island, man. Long Island.
Long Island.
So I gotta jump off here, you guys, but thank you so much. And Claude, I'm gonna schedule for next week, and I'll see you guys Monday morning.
Take care. Have a good week. Steve, we can't see your handsome face.
Good to see you.
Oh, bye. You too. Nice to see you.
There you are.
Hey, we have
a good day.
SBA if you want to try that again. We can
make me a good.
And I did take your number down. I took your number down again.
Send me a gooey duck sandwich, okay?
You got it. I'm on it right now.
Does everybody know what a gooey duck is?
I do.
It's a large clam with a very long proboscis. True?
I'm on it. I'll send it in the mail.
Absolutely. Jason, what happened to you? We lost you, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Have a good weekend, kid. Congratulations. There you go. She made a sale.
There you go. Great stuff.
What? Tell me making a sale is not this. If it's not the first, it's usually the second best feeling in the world. Yeah.
All good.
It's making a sale is so good. Absolutely. Hey, so how you been, Steve?
Doing all right. Sold the house here on the island, man. Sold my house. Moving to Florida.
Is it closed? Is it down the road?
It should be closing in early April. They're pushing now, but I'm not moving in the middle of the winter. We just had our 5th snowstorm.
Oh,
this is for the birds.
Yeah, we're in here one too. Did you have a bidding war? Did you have a lot of action on your property?
No. When stuff starts going up over $1 million, the bidding wars on Long Island kind of come to a stop. But that's all right. I'm glad I got my taxes reduced. That got the traffic coming in the door, and boom. So yeah. Your part now. New York? A lot of people. I'm reading. Tell me the story behind the story. I'm reading a lot of people who can afford it are leaving New York. Absolutely. I can't get a moving truck. I can't, these storage pods are all basically spoken for. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm still moving. I'll go down to the auction and buy a truck. I'll move. That's not.
Why are people? I was in New York City in the 60s, and we moved. There was a big exodus in the 60s, late 60s.
Sure. Yeah.
From New York City.
Who was the mayor?
Oh shit. Lindsay.
A little later. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Lindsay was the 70s.
Yeah.
Lindsay
was the 60s into the 70s.
Lindsay's was the 60s. Oh, we had a bad snowstorm, and Lindsay didn't have one damn snowplow. Queens was buried for weeks in snow.
It's just talking about the metro, talking about New York City it's not good, man. It's just really bad. So, and unfortunately, it's rolling its way out to the suburbs. So,
what scared me, the genius mayor of New York City. I'm not going to get political, but he cut $1 billion from a $6 billion budget from the police department. Is that true?
Actually, more than that. But he did it to EMS, so emergency, services and all. They were also cut. He took a big chunk out of the fire department. So
I'll tell you what. I grew up in New York City as a kid. We knew the local cop. Maybe it was a different world there. It was Car 54 days, but you knew the cops. They were part of your you knew your local cops and stuff like that, you know?
Well, today it's a lot different. Today you get a it's just not good. I don't want to beat this to death. It's just not good, and it's not good on the island. But life is going to be better. Life is getting better. I leased a house here on Long Island from when I moved. I'm not going to buy anything, and we've got one of my rentals down in Florida. We're going to move into for the time being till this market gets on track. Put the money in the bank and let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. When I hear that the government is passing a bill for almost $2 trillion, I'm telling everybody right now, because you and I have lived through inflation, okay? You remember Jerry Ford's little win buttons, whip inflation now. I'm telling you right now, and we're recording this, that we're going to see interest rates go through the roof later this year.
They're monetary people. No, we're not. We're just talking about facts here now. Up at down in Washington, is saying that they're not going to let anything happen to the interest rate for at least a couple of years. I know they're dreaming, but the big thing I think that's going to really, really bulldoze this real estate market is going to be unemployment, and you're going to see it seems monthly, it's ticking up and ticking up and ticking up.
Well, we're seeing a culture shift right now.
Yep.
People like you are moving to the country. Claudia and I moved here to Colorado part of the year, and North Carolina. We spent a lot of time in Pinehurst, a beautiful suburb community in North Carolina. Got the house. Houses out there were at one time you could pick up the most beautiful house near a golf course for $120,000.
Yep.
I mean, nothing. Today it's more like $250,000, $300,000. But it's amazing. We're seeing a culture shift. People are moving to. They're waking up and they're saying, "Hey, if I can work from home and I got decent Wi-Fi, why am I living in a 1-bedroom for $5,000 a month?"
But what's here on the island, anything you put up for sale is gone, and my God, it's crazy. So you got to listen to this. Last summer, a fellow in my rear group, I think he was just getting started. It might even have been his first flip. Buys a house in a ghetto out here on there. There's not many ghettos. $175,000. Right. Next, he goes, "You got to come down and look at this house." I go, "What for?" I looked at it on Google. I said, "It's all the houses on each side are boarded up." He says, "Yeah." I go, "What are you doing down there?" In the house across the street, it's the nicest house on the block. And his was boarded up. Buys the house, $175,000. He calls me up about 2 months ago, and he says, "Oh, I finished the house, but I'm $100,000 over budget." I go, "How do you go $100,000 over budget?" He says, "Well, we did a lot of stuff to the house I ordinarily wouldn't do, this and that." He goes, he hires an agent, he calls an agent to come in the door. "What can I get for the house?" And he says to her, $550,000. He puts the house on, he goes, "I'll let you know." He puts it on Craigslist for $695 and sells it for $725,000. $725,000.
I love real estate. I mean,
you can't even get schools there. The school district is controlled by the state. That's how bad the city is. So,
wow. Jason?
Yeah. No, I'm just taking it in. And hey, Steve, I just, like I said, not to get political either, but, I feel bad for, what's going on with the governor and the state and the mayor. And, I live in Virginia, so I've never lived in New York City, but of course you can't help it.
What is going on?
Hear what's going on with all the lies, etc.
Oh, good for you. What's going on with Governor Cuomo? It went from a love fest. They gave him an Emmy, and now everybody's all of a sudden now they're attacking him because of the statistics on the nursing homes. What's going on?
All those statistics and everything were there before. This is nothing new. Nothing new. The people who were in the know kept their mouths shut. And now all the politics have done they've done their thing. They're probably ready to yank this guy out and put somebody else in there. It's all a game. It's all a game.
Governor Newsom. Governor Newsom in California, I think he's gone.
I just
You
lost
think?
my uncle out there in California to COVID. Was in a veterans home, and he was on hospice care. Older gentleman, 80 years old, right? And how do you get hospice? How do you get COVID when you're in hospice in a single room? I mean, whatever. So I talked to the family out there, and they're not happy. They're ready to jump ship too. So they're spread out all over California and Washington.
Oh yeah, they're going to recall Governor Newsom in California. They've got the I think they have enough signatures and everything, and he's going to go bye-bye. Here's the interesting thing about this COVID, kind of an interesting. I'm in a little ski town. Okay, we've got maybe 300 registered voters in this little town, but on the weekends we get tens of thousands of people here who go skiing, or in the summer go mountain biking. I mean, we have motels and restaurants really full. We have not had COVID really bad up here through this whole thing. I've been up here since March. About 2 weeks ago, they discovered that all 120 employees at the ski area have COVID. The kids who stay in the dorm and work the chairlifts and everything, 120 out of overnight. The stats, we went to red alert over here out of nowhere. That's how contagious this thing is.
And you don't know where it comes, and you don't know, like you said, Steve, you don't know where your relative got it in hospice. Like Claude, that Laura and I had it, and so we both had it in September, and I have no idea. I was doing all the precautions, hand sanitizer, pumping gas. I sanitized before and after, the mask, distancing, everything. I could not figure it out. And of course, your mind starts to trace back as you try to figure out where and how. So it's just really strange. I have no idea. And then some people that I actually interacted with that I know very well, I kind of let my guard down with them, and none of them had it when I had it. So it's just really strange.
Yeah. Let's acknowledge Suzette Galian there, and her boyfriend in the back, way in the back there, Mr. Nick.
Hey,
how you kids doing?
We're doing great. How about you guys?
I've got a pretzel and a beer, and we're gonna do burgers on the grill tonight.
Nice.
Okay, and I can speak on. Can I tell you guys the truth, or should I just make you feel good? Because we just had a vegan leave the group here. So, what do you got? What are you holding up there, Nick?
We'll try a painting tonight on acrylic.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
That looks like your background.
does.
Backyard, Claude. The one you show us through the window.
We call it alpenglow. When the sun comes down and just hits the snow-capped mountains, they actually turn pink, bright pink, for just like a minute or two. Doesn't last long. And it's called the alpenglow, and it's really cool. You remember in Hawaii by the restaurant, when the sun goes down, there's the green flash?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How would you capture that in a painting? My God,
I know. That would be so good. I was looking forward to that trip this year.
Yeah. So I'm going to do did you guys ever have buffalo? I like buffalo burger on the grill. It's very lean and very flavorful. It's really good.
Bison?
Yeah, bison.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the grill, little bacon on top, a little piece of brie cheese, toasted bagel, little lettuce, tomato, slice of avocado, too much ketchup. Oh, baby.
The better.
Yeah.
I'm always talking about food.
With French fries?
No French fries. If I have nothing against them, just don't have any in the house right now. I ate them all.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, you eat it with the bun or without the bun?
Oh, gotta have I actually like a toasted bagel on my burger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Steve once a year sends me bagels if he can.
Nice.
New York bagel. Yeah.
When they're hot out of the oven, and they put God, and you say put just a little cream cheese on it, and the guy puts like 3 inches of cream cheese on. You ever see that in New York? Why do they put so much on, man?
Oh, just a schmear.
Just a schmear, man. That's a New York expression. There you go. Did everybody have a good week?
Doing all right.
Yes, a very good week.
A lot of snow and ice.
It was a busy week.
Mm-hmm. It was.
I had a lot of new people schedule with me.
That's good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only setback this week is I had to send my computer into Apple. And guess where computers go for repair for Apple?
China?
Texas.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
I sent it on Tuesday. It still hasn't reached Texas with FedEx. That's how bad things are in Texas right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if the planes are going in and out even.
They're starting to again.
Okay.
You know, both our daughters live out there. I have one that lives north of Dallas, and then
Really?
one that lives in Houston. Yep. So they're starting to. They said the shelves are empty at the grocery stores because so that'll all. But a lot of those rural areas still are without power and water. They say it might take another.
If a disaster happened, God forbid, how long does everybody here have enough food and toilet paper and everything else?
We're used to getting snow, but not like crazy snow. But they weren't. I mean, look at the pile up.
Right.
Somebody sent a video. You see these cars running, these trucks running 60 miles an hour right into these cars that are stopped. I mean, you see big full-size, big pickup trucks flying in the air. That I can't imagine that. I don't know how many people got killed in that thing, though.
Yeah,
I saw that video yesterday. Somebody sent it to me. I thought it was Texas. I don't know where it was.
Yeah, it was in Dallas. I think it was in Fort Worth, it was out in Texas. Yeah. If we're thinking of the same footage, but when do you ever when you conjure up an image in your mind of San Antonio, you never or Austin, you never think of snow, but
No.
they got it. They got it.
Well,
So
they
they
get
never
snow in
ever
San
get
Antonio,
snow?
don't they? They
Yeah.
get it like once a year or something like that. It
Right.
gets cold, but not like this.
Oh, I got
Right.
I got a picture to show you guys. I have a friend who lives down at San Padre Island near Corpus Christi, I believe. And see if I can find this picture. He's rescuing turtles right now.
Oh.
He's always been, when the turtles hatch, he's always kept these people who protect the turtles. They hatch their eggs, I think, once a year on the beach. And he puts up the yellow demarcation lines and everything so people don't bother them. I mean, he's rescuing turtles right now. He's been working like for 36 hours straight. They're putting all these turtles in a warehouse right now, these live turtles, to save them. The waters are so cold or something.
They just sink. I saw that. I saw a documentary on that. If it gets too cold, they can't even stay afloat.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find this picture of the warehouse where he was working. It's amazing.
So is that all over Texas? It's just more towards the northern area of Texas?
I don't know. I know Houston. I have friends in Houston. Their power went out a couple times. The news had.
I was just going to say probably like Corpus Christi, Galveston Bay, probably those areas along Houston, south of Houston, and
wow.
Yeah, that's where those turtles end up getting in. They're not used to temperatures that cold. So,
wow,
they're talking well below zero.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
You ever been outside working in below zero weather? When I was a kid, we were up at Mount Pocono, and everything froze up in Pennsylvania. Everything froze. So a friend of mine, him and I, we thought we were smart. We're jogging into town, and this old lady opens the door up, one of the houses. Hey, dumbass, Your lungs are gonna freeze. You better not be running. Oh, jeez. Come in, I'll give you a cup of coffee. So,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh well. Hey,
I run in the cold here all the time. I don't go out when it gets 10, 20 below, but it stays cold. It gets pretty cold here sometimes.
yeah. Hey, I gotta sign off. I gotta go home and have dinner. I'm sitting in my office here, so. Good
Okay.
seeing you, man. You gonna be on Monday?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll see you on catch.
I'm working on a brand new mind map here. Outcome.
All right.
Working on that right now. I do mind maps. I write it, I put it on a piece of paper and I just throw a bunch of ideas and notes and research down. And then I got it and then I'll fine tune it onto a regular mind map. And then I have a talking points. I have an outline.
But it's easier for people to follow.
It's easier for me to put everything on one sheet, on one board.
Yeah.
It just works really well for me. Yeah, what are you doing in your office there? What is it in New York right now? 7:09?
Yep.
Get me a slice of pizza on the way home, will you?
After I had a calzone this afternoon, very good.
Stop! You're torturing me.
They brought tomato sauce on the side. It was very, very nice. Very nice.
Pizza is so bad in Colorado. How bad is it? Pizza is so bad in Colorado. Claudia and I had a frozen Safeway pizza last night. That's about as good as it gets.
You want a white pizza? You want a red pizza? I never forget them asking me that in Pennsylvania. I said, no, that's okay. Thanks anyway.
You mean with the white sauce or the red sauce? Is that?
I don't know what. No, it wasn't sauce. It was cheese. You want? I guess whenever they mix it all up. Oh, it's disgusting. Hey man, I gotta go. but I'll see you Monday. Take care.
Okay, give me a Sabret's hot dog too. I don't know if they have them in the island, but
oh, they still got them. I'll show you. Buy them right. You can get them right at the supermarket.
it's the guy with the dirty hands taking the hot dog out of the dirty water.
Oh, you want
puts
that?
it on the bun.
Well.
It's the best and it tastes so damn good.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Send me a corned beef sandwich from Katz too while you're at it.
Oh wait. Corned beef,
Oh, boy.
corned beef, pastrami, and tongue on rye bread.
Oh, boy.
You know, a lot of your stores, a lot of your delis and all are gone.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet.
They can't take a lot of the great restaurants in Manhattan. A lot of them gone. They're not.
Wow.
They just wouldn't let them open up. They wouldn't let having business indoors. You know, for quite a while there. So.
Do you think once we get past this thing in the summer, do you think they're going to reopen though? Real fast.
I don't know if they're going to have the businesses there to attract these people. One of my investors has got 3 condos in Manhattan that have always rented between $3,000 and $5,000.
Yeah.
She can't get $1,000 a month for them right now.
You're kidding.
No, they're just sitting there empty. And half the building, this one's down in a financial area, financial district. There's nobody down there. It's not a ghost town, but there's nobody down there. The people that she was renting to were all younger people that went down there, that lived there. They worked in Manhattan, but they liked the clubs, they liked the restaurants, and they're all closed. So it's not good. It's not good.
Wow.
Anyway.
See, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look what you guys. I told you about a place in San Diego when I was out there last, and it was called. They said a thing to me last night. They're not able to be open, and they have a whole thing. One place is called the Garage, and the other place next door it's a bar, and they have a dueling pianos. They play 7 days a week. It was great. Oh,
probably in the gas lamp. Gas lamp.
That's where it was, right? So they said that they're still not able to open, so they're doing something remotely, and they're sending it out all over the world. And anybody that wants to get on, free tickets. They want to put on a show for an hour in March. So I signed up for it. But wow, I could live in that place. I'm telling you.
San Diego's a great town.
I don't know about the town, but I
love San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego. You can get up in the morning, drive to the Bernardinos, go skiing, come back down, play 9 holes of golf, and then go surfing in the late afternoon at Pacific Beach or La Jolla. you can do everything in one day, and you can go to the desert, you can go to the beach, you can go skiing, you can do everything in Southern California.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just
You
can't
can
do
go-
it with anybody else.
You
Not
can go
anymore.
from winter to summer in the same day in California.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Gotta go, Claude. You guys
See you
take
later,
care.
buddy.
Good seeing you. You guys take care.
care.
Hi.
You,
good seeing
you
you.
too,
Bye-bye.
Steve.
Bye-bye.
I found what he just said very interesting about New York City. I did not know that part, I knew commercial was doing horrible right now in New York, but apartments are vacant in New York, because I know in New York City, people pay to take over other people's apartments. They pay that's what the demand was like before the pandemic.
Mhm.
Has that actually changed?
Definitely get your wheels spinning, if they apartments that used to be, or condos that used to be $5,000, or they're having a hard time even getting 20% of that or less. That's pretty wild. But then you
Yeah.
don't have like Steve was saying, the reason a lot of them moved there is because of all the things that they were able to go to, and restaurants, and the dining and the clubs and all that. And it's without that there, why not just move out to the suburbs or move down to Florida or wherever?
I
don't know.
Do you really need to live in a place that has 5 coffee shops on the same block?
No,
Nope.
definitely not.
Nope.
I understand
Mm-mm.
New Yorkers love they love the parks, they love the Broadway and the movie theaters and the museums. They love all the restaurants and everything. I understand that. But even after a while, I think when it gets to who can afford it, especially now,
Yeah.
can a lot of these kids afford to live in New York or LA?
Mhm.
Well, look at San Francisco. It's they're going through some tough stuff right now. Do you see it? You think it's going to recover once I think we're going to, by this summer, we're going to be okay. I think majority of the country is going to have the vaccine. I think we're going to get booster shots every year like we do for flu shots. And I think restaurants are going to reopen. But the thing I'm worried about is inflation right now. That's kind of my thing. That's what I'm worried about, all the money they're spending right now in the government and everything.
Yep.
$2 trillion.
And how much is really coming to the United States, America, is not much, if any at all. And that's the sad part. So who's going to pay for all that money, and where is all that money going? How are we, if those jobs don't come back, how are we supposed to be able to pay for all that money that's been sent out all over the place?
We won't. So they can pass some taxes, but that's not where they really get them. Where they really get the money to run this country is from the economy. It's from business, from sales tax,
right?
Things like that. If people don't go back to work, if the unemployment stays high, if interest rates get very high, if we go to $15 or more per hour guaranteed minimum wage, sooner or later you got to pay the bill.
Mm-hmm. That's going to close a lot of small businesses too.
Yeah.
I have a friend who owns a shop, and she said, I cannot hire somebody to do, just to do the shampoo for $15 an hour. That you just can't afford it.
No.
A lot of small businesses will be affected by that. They can't afford to have a 15. And then if they would do a $15 job worth of work, that would be great. But that's the problem. Now they don't want to work and still make the $15 an hour.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But I'm always an optimist. I always think things are going to get better.
It all has to change. We can't continue like this. It's against human nature to wear masks and stay 6 feet apart from each other forever.
Well, it depends. I really like my mask.
I do too.
Now I want to see that picture. You going out with something like that?
I've gone into the supermarket and the gas station wearing my Crown Royal. It makes them laugh. I love doing that. People look at that. Oh, that's the best face mask. Google Crown Royal face mask. You see a whole bunch of pictures of people doing it. We're a strange little cult of people.
That's too
Love it.
funny. I'm gonna have to Google that because that is too funny.
Oh, it really is. So, Jason, the best burger you ever had, go for it.
Well, the best one I've ever had is probably, just a good old Angus burger, loaded with cheese and grilled mushrooms and onions, and on a lightly toasted. I like the big lightly toasted sesame bun, and believe it or not, I like a combination of mayonnaise. It's almost like a Big Mac special sauce. That flavor, just a little bit of mayonnaise, ketchup, and
I like that. The French fries, I love that.
Yeah,
no Grey Poupon.
You can, pardon me.
I love Grey Poupon.
I like brown mustard. I like grainy mustard too. But yeah, that's it, man. But I'm making burgers tomorrow. We just bought a thing of pimento. I'm gonna make pimento cheeseburgers tomorrow on sesame seed buns.
Whoa!
Yeah. I put pimento cheese in the middle of it, and then I'll probably put some bacon on them too. Cook a little bit of bacon, so they'll almost be like a Juicy Lucy. I don't know if you've ever heard of.
Juicy Lucy. It's got the cheese injected inside the
the
burger.
That's kind of what I'm doing with Southern pimento cheese, and then I'm going to put a piece of bacon on top on a lightly toasted bun with just a little bit of butter on the bun.
Yes.
Good.
And,
hello, everybody. Welcome. I'd like to welcome you to Dietary Low Cholesterol Facts here. Brought to you by Kraft.
Well, and when you're gonna have one, because I don't eat burgers very often, but when I do, I'm gonna load them up. Yeah.
This is the funniest thing in the summer. Okay, I'm in the mountains, in the woods here. When I do a barbecue outside, I get foxes sit about 15, 20 feet away from me. They just sit there watching me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no!
These beautiful red foxes.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. Well, occasionally I toss them a piece, and they just love it. They're like dogs.
Oh no! That's why they come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're not supposed to feed them, but I figured a little piece of a burger can't hurt them.
Nah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's cool.
No,
yeah.
But yeah, we don't eat like that every day. But yeah, when I make burgers, I'm just like, why not load them up? Big old
little bacon on top.
Yep, little bacon, like I said, pimento cheese and lightly toasted sesame bun. I'll probably do like a little over a quarter pound a piece, so it'll be a good sized burger.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Once it cooks down, I'm sure it's less than that.
You're making me hungry, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on trying to use imaginative guts type 2.0 stuff when I can.
Well, anybody who's listening to this right now, unless they're a vegan or something like that, they're getting an Impossible Burger, which is fine and everything. They're getting hungry right now. Did you ever see the best commercials you ever saw? You ever watched? Isn't it usually Carl? Like, I don't know if you get Carl. The Carl Jr. commercials or Jack in the Box. These are California food franchises, chains, and they usually have someone biting into a burger and the grease is coming down the arm and everything.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw that movie, Pulp Fiction. You remember?
Oh yeah.
Royale with cheese.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did.
He was describing that burger, that big Kahuna burger.
What's his name? Who did that? The same guy did Django and
Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson, but wait a second. Who was
Quentin
the director?
Tarantino.
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love him.
Tarantino, what a mind, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. One of my, I was sold on True Romance. That was one of his first films. It was Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, like mid 90s. Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack, and it was just a great movie. But I was hooked on Quentin Tarantino, from that point on. So,
what's the Tarantino movie with Joe Pesci in it, and these guys, and they're a bunch of bank robbers or something like that? Oh,
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too, and
With
everything.
Joe Pesci.
I don't know anything about movies or.
Because I just know, I know. Let's see. Oh, hang on a second. It wasn't Heat. That was something else.
I just finished watching in 10 and a half seasons of Shameless. I never watched Shameless before. My God, what a series that is.
Is that with William H. Macy?
Yes. What
Okay.
an actor. He just plays the most incorrigible drunk you've ever seen. And he's got a house full of kids who he doesn't take care of. They just do whatever they want. Oh. And he just falls up. He just comes home and falls drunk in the middle of the living room, and they just walk over him and everything.
Oh no.
And what did I watch the other night? For All Mankind on Apple TV. It's about the space race, and the Russians got to the moon first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's amazing. They just landed that rover on Mars a couple days ago. They just said it's amazing.
Elon Musk he's going to colonize Mars. He's ready to go for it. I think he's going to put a person on the moon before NASA.
I heard Dana Carvey do an impression of Paul McCartney landing on Mars. He said, "I didn't know it was going to be so red. I didn't realize it would be so red." But Elon Musk. He just surpassed, I think, Jeff Bezos. $198 billion. It's just insane. I don't
think he's been a millionaire since his 20s.
Right.
I don't think he does it for the money. He doesn't need any more money.
Right. No, he couldn't. Right. He just does it.
I think he's one of these guys who sees things differently. He started PayPal.
Yeah.
Nobody had. I use PayPal like crazy.
Yeah, I do too. But he's in now, and I was just the reason I brought him up is because I was just reading about his, the PayPal, and then he's just so cutting edge into solar, and then he's also into AI, artificial intelligence. That's his next. He's already embedded in that, and of course, SpaceX, and it's
Tesla.
Yeah.
When he was raising money for Tesla, nobody thought an electric car, mass produced, was ever going to be practical. Or why do we need an electric car? We got a gas powered car. Okay. He's able to see things that other people don't see.
Yeah.
And he's able to develop them. He's an amazing character.
Yeah, I agree. And he took the electric car to another level, because I think a lot of consumers just had this picture in their mind of this little piece of crap that would only go like 20 miles, and then the battery died and all that. And he just took it to another level.
Yeah.
Where they can go hundreds of miles now.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a great looking car.
Yep.
I've driven I took a test model of a self-driving Cadillac last year.
Oh.
God, was that you the weirdest feeling in the world is when you're in a car that's driving itself.
Yeah, it is.
it's nervous. You still have your hand in the Cadillac system. You don't have to have, what is it? You don't have to have your hands directly on the wheel, but you have to have them near the wheel.
Yes.
And Tesla, you have to have your hands on the wheel. It's so weird to feel a car drive itself on a highway.
Yeah, we drove one. It was the weirdest feeling ever, seeing that thing driving by itself. I was like, I couldn't get used to it.
Absolutely. Hey guys, I got to start the Barbie. So have a great weekend, okay?
Enjoy it. Looking forward to Monday. Yep, you
See
too.
See you Monday. Take care.
You
All right,
too.
thank you. You
One.
too.
Bye-bye.
All right, you too. You guys have a good one.